Hello, my friends. In today's episode, you are going to listen to a story. While you listen, your brain will naturally learn different English tenses. You will hear present tense, past tense, present perfect, and past perfect, all working together in a real story. So just relax, listen, and enjoy. Bye.
Lena lives in a small seaside town.
The air feels fresh, and the sound of the waves is always soft and calm. Every morning, she walks along the beach before she starts her day. She enjoys this quiet time because it helps her think clearly and feel peaceful.
She works in a small cafe near the harbor.
Many people know her because she is always kind and welcoming.
She makes coffee, she serves food, and she talks to customers with a warm smile.
Over the years, she has met many different people and she has listened to many stories. But these days, something feels different inside her. Recently, Lena has been thinking a lot about her past.
She has remembered things that she had not thought about for many years.
These memories have come back slowly, like waves returning to the shore.
10 years ago, Lena lived in a very different place.
She lived in a big, busy city where everything moved fast.
She had worked in an office, and her life had been full of noise, stress, and long days.
Before she moved to the seaside town, she had believed that success meant working harder every day.
She had stayed late at work, she had skipped meals, and she had ignored her own feelings.
She had already started to feel tired and lost. But she did not understand why.
One evening, something important happened.
She had just finished a long day at work, and she was walking home through crowded streets.
The city lights were bright. The noise was everywhere. People were talking, cars were moving, and everything felt heavy.
Suddenly, she stopped. She does not know exactly why, but in that moment, she felt something deep inside her.
It was a quiet feeling, but it was very strong. She realized that she had been living a life that did not make her happy that night.
That night, she could not sleep. She lay in bed and thought about her life. She thought about her job, her routine, and the way she had been feeling for months.
She had tried to ignore these feelings before, but now they were clear. She had been unhappy.
The next morning, she made a decision.
She left her job, she packed her things, and she moved to the seaside town where she now lives.
At first, everything felt new and uncertain. She did not know anyone, and she did not have a clear plan. But slowly, things began to change.
She found a small cafe by the harbor, and the owner offered her a job.
She started working there, and she began to enjoy the simple rhythm of her new life.
Every day she met people, she listened to their stories, and she felt more connected to the world around her.
Over time, she has built a quiet, peaceful life.
She has learned to enjoy small moments like the sound of the sea, the warmth of sunlight, and the smile of a stranger. She has also learned to listen to herself more carefully, but now something has started to change again. In the past few weeks, Lena has noticed a new feeling growing inside her.
It is not the same as before. It is not sadness or stress. It is something else.
It feels like a question she has been asking herself. Is this enough? Every morning she still walks along the beach. She still watches the waves and she still feels calm, but sometimes while she's walking, she has the feeling that something is missing. She cannot explain Nemo. She cannot explain it clearly. One morning, as she is walking along the shore, she sees something unusual. There is a small wooden box near the water. It looks old and it is partly covered by sand.
The waves have touched it many times, but it has stayed there.
She stops and looks at it. At first, she thinks it is just something someone has lost, but then she feels curious.
She walks closer and picks it up. The wood is rough, and it feels cold in her hands.
She opens it slowly. Inside the box, there is a letter. The paper is old and slightly yellow.
It looks like it has been there for a long time. For a moment, she hesitates.
She feels that this letter is important even before she reads it. Then, she opens it.
The handwriting is careful and clear. Dear stranger, the letter begins.
If you have found this, it means the sea has carried my story to you.
Lena feels a strange sensation in her chest. She continues reading.
I have lived in this town for many years. I have watched the waves just like you are watching them now. I have posed the same questions you are asking.
Lena pauses. She looks around, and the beach is quiet and the sea is calm. But now everything feels different.
She continues reading again, slowly.
I once believed that a quiet life was enough. I thought peace was everything, but over time I have realized something important.
Peace without purpose can feel empty.
Lena takes a deep breath. These words feel very close to her own thoughts. The letter continues.
I had a dream many years ago, but I did not follow it.
I told myself that I was too late, that it was too difficult, and that I should be happy with what I had, but now I know that I was wrong.
Lena closes her eyes for a moment. She has had dreams too. Dreams she has not followed.
When she opens her eyes again, she reads the last part of the letter.
If you are reading this, I hope you will be braver than I was. I hope you will listen to that quiet voice inside you.
Because life is not only about feeling safe, it is about growing, changing, and becoming who you are meant to be.
Lena stands still, holding the paper in her hands. The sound of the waves is soft again, but now it feels like the sea is speaking to her.
She has found something unexpected and deep inside. She knows this moment is important. She does not know what she will do next, but something has already started to change. For a few long moments, she does not move at all. She has read the letter once, but the words are still echoing in her mind again and again. She feels that something inside her has already changed, even though she cannot clearly explain what it is.
She folds the letter carefully and places it back inside the wooden box. But she does not leave it there. Instead, she holds the box close to her chest, as if it is something important that she must keep. Then slowly she begins to walk back toward the town.
As she is walking along the narrow path, she has started to think more deeply about her life. She has lived in this quiet place for years and she has built a calm and stable routine, but now she is beginning to question everything again. She remembers the person she used to be. Before she moved to this town, she had dreamed of doing something creative and meaningful. She had wanted to write stories, to share ideas, and to connect with people in a deeper way. But over time, she had slowly forgotten those dreams.
When she arrives at the cafe, the morning has already begun, and a few customers are sitting at their usual tables. The smell of fresh coffee fills the air, and everything looks normal just like every other day. But inside her, nothing feels the same anymore. Her coworker Daniel looks at her and smiles as she walks in.
Good morning, Lena. You look a little different today. Is everything okay?
Lena pauses for a moment before answering. She does not know how to explain what she is feeling.
Yes, she says slowly. I think I'm okay. But, I've been thinking a lot.
Daniel nods gently, as if he understands more than she has said.
You have been here for a long time. Sometimes thinking is the beginning of something new.
Lena smiles slightly, but she does not respond immediately. As the day continues, she serves customers, prepares drinks, and moves through her usual tasks, but her mind keeps returning to the letter.
Every word feels important, and every sentence seems to connect with something deep inside her. She has been living a peaceful life, but now she is starting to ask herself if peace is enough.
Later in the afternoon, when the cafe becomes quieter and the sunlight begins to soften, Lena finally finds a moment alone.
She takes the wooden box out of her bag and looks at it again.
She has not stopped thinking about the letter since she found it. She opens it once more and reads the words again, but this time she reads them more slowly.
It feels as if the person who wrote it had known her, even though that is impossible. She wonders who had written it. She wonders why the box had been left by the sea, and most of all, she wonders why she had found it. Now, that evening after her shift has ended, Lena does not go home immediately. Instead, she walks through the town slowly. She watches the small lights in the windows and listens to the quiet sounds of life around her.
She has walked these streets many times before, but tonight everything feels slightly different. A little different. Eventually, she reaches her small apartment. Inside, everything is simple and familiar. There is a small table near the window, a comfortable chair, and a shelf filled with books.
She sits down and looks around for a long time. She has believed that this life was enough for her.
She had created a space that felt safe, calm, and predictable. But now she is beginning to feel that something is missing. She takes a deep breath and opens one of her old notebooks.
She has not written in it for many years. The last time she had written anything meaningful
was before she left the city. At that time, she had believed that writing was her future. But then life changed, and she slowly moved away from that dream. Now, as she looks at the empty page, she feels both nervous and excited.
She writes about the dreams she had once carried, and she writes about the question that she can no longer ignore.
As she continues writing, she realizes something important.
She has not lost her dream.
She has only been waiting hours pass quietly, and she does not notice the time the room becomes darker, the night grows deeper.
By the time she stops, she has filled several pages.
She leans back in her chair and looks at what she has written.
It is not perfect and it is not complete, but it feels real, and for the first time in many years, she feels alive in a new way. The next morning, Lena wakes up earlier than usual.
She gets dressed quickly and takes the wooden box with her.
But this time she does not go to the cafe first. Instead, she walks toward the beach again. For a moment, she says nothing. Then quietly she speaks.
I don't know what will happen, she says softly, but I'm ready to try.
She has not made a full plan yet. She does not know exactly where this path will lead, but she has already taken the first step. And sometimes that is the most important step of all.